Grant Stinchfield is on Newsmax every night, fighting for the America First agenda.
We're asking the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida to order an immediate halt to social media companies' illegal, shameful censorship.
Is President Trump today announcing a huge class action lawsuit against the three big tech giants, Facebook, Twitter, and Google. The three CEOs will also be sued for their involvement in the banning, censoring, and discriminating against not just President Trump, but so many conservatives.
We're demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing, and a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that you know so well.
Well, this, of course, is a tactic more Republicans need to embrace. It's called fighting and ultimately winning, which is, I think, what will happen. The use of the courts is what I'm talking about, to fight back against liberal tyranny. The Democrats are experts at it. So when you fight back, you need to make the enemy hurt.
In addition, we are asking the court to impose punitive damages on these social media giants. We're going to hold big tech very accountable. This is the first of numerous other lawsuits, I assume, that would follow.
Well, thousands of people are joining this lawsuit. After all, it's a class action lawsuit. Everyday folks like teacher Jen Horton. She got kicked off Facebook for posting about the vaccine. The harm it did her was intense for her family. Her brother went missing. She could not use her connections on social media to help find him. You see, there were real-world consequences to this censorship and banning people from Facebook over ridiculous reasons. Well, joining me now is political commentator and host of the RUBIN Report, Dave Rubin is with us. Dave, great to have you back on the show.
Good to be with you.
Dave, I wish President Trump would have sued big tech the moment they took him off Twitter. We wouldn't have waited this long.
You know, I always say there's many ways to fight a war, and we actually are in, I would say, an information war with big tech. And, you know, when you're in a war, you need foot soldiers, you need tanks, you need an air force. I would say that in this war, we need lawsuits like Trump is doing. I would say we probably need some antitrust stuff, you know, break up these companies so that Amazon, which has AWS, which hosts, you know, virtually all important websites, isn't so tightly associated with Amazon that we're all buying our, you know, toilet paper on and everything else. And then, of course, the third one, and the one that I mostly prefer, is the competition one. But you need all of these things at once. You know, one of the interesting things that Trump said right there was Trump picks his words purposefully. He said that he is concerned about shadow banning. Now, for your audience that doesn't know about shadow banning is when it's generally thought of on Twitter, where you're supposed to see a feed that is in chronological order, but that they shadow ban certain posts or certain people so that you can put your post up, but it just doesn't get seen in other people's feeds. Now, I once got into it with Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter, on Twitter. And I said to him, for the record, do you guys shadow ban? Which he told Ted Cruz under oath that they do not do. And he said to me, no, that he doesn't do it. So if there is a lawsuit now and Trump's doing this class action thing, you know, some of this stuff is going to come out in discovery, whether Trump wins the lawsuit or not. I think having these guys open up what's actually going on at these companies that control so much of our lives, I think that's just fine either way.
Well, I'm convinced that I have been shadow banned, or some of my posts have been. I typically get anywhere between 400 and 1,000 likes on a tweet, and then all of a sudden, I'll get like 12 or 13 when I'm tweeting about the Wuhan lab, which I know all of us are going to be like, and there's 2 or 3 or 12 or 15, and it's shady. All of this gets back, of course, to Section 230, this idea that you can't sue these companies because they're just a platform for comments. They're not publishers. Well, we know they're acting like publishers now with the censorship. Listen to President Trump on Section 230.
Other companies in our country, and even in our country's history, have had protection like this. It's, in effect, a massive government subsidy. These companies have been co-opted, coerced, and weaponized by government and by government actors to become the enforcers of illegal, unconstitutional censorship.
Dave, have you been a victim of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, everyone, you're right. I mean, everyone that is, say, roughly in our political space, yes, you are being shadow banned at some level. You know, your YouTube views are being depressed, or they're not putting you in search, or they're, you know, in Google search in and of itself, they're putting you on the third page instead of the first page, all of those things. But this 230 thing is really the key piece of this, that if these companies are just platforms, meaning, hey, we put stuff up, and as long as you don't break our terms of service, we treat everything equally, and then we get legal protections from the government because of that, well, that's one thing. But we all know they're not acting that way. We know that the Twitter trends are highly manipulated. We know they let you see some things and don't let you see some other things. So I would say, and I'm a free speech guy, you know that, I would say strip them of their protections and then let them be publishers the way a newspaper is a publisher, or a network, or Newsmax is a publisher. Newsmax is responsible for what happens on Newsmax. Twitter should be responsible for what happens on Twitter if they are going to decide what can be on there and what can't.
Hey, look, we know, we see the warnings, this is false, look here for more information. All that, I use the term a reasonable person. The reason why I use the term a reasonable person would think they're publishers, because that's a legal term that can be used in court. It just takes common sense to see they're publishers. They should be sued if they're not going to, you know, if they're going to keep being biased like this. Dave Rubin, it's great having you on the program, buddy. Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right. I promise you, folks, if they started being sued by everyday folks, not just the President of the United States, things would have to change. They would have to. And the reason you could sue them is because they're not abiding by the rules right now.
Grant Stinchfield is on Newsmax every night, fighting for the America First agenda.